yours, your Master Lee.
And Lulu.
All right, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, the sequel to The Last Star Wars Jedi, which I will admit, I did not go get when it was out. I know there was some good accolades, but there were just seems a couple things about the gameplay that just like I was going to wait. So I thought what we do ongoing isn't just to react to it, but I think we'll also share our thoughts about whether or not we think it's worth pre-ordering the game. You're just that confident that the developer nailed it, or if it's a day one purchase, or do you wait till it's cheaper on discount? But I gotta admit that I do not normally buy games when they're full price. Usually, and in fact, I can't even remember the last time I bought a game full price. It's been years, many years. And as someone who's worked in the game industry, you would think like, I want to support the game developer. Yes, I do. But let's be real, right? Game marketing can be overhyped. Sometimes it's overhyped and it's not a good game. Like games that are overhyped and don't live up to the promise, right? Or games that end up being so bad on launch day that it takes like a year to fix.
You kind of already know. That's why.
Yeah, and I'm not naming games, but you know what I'm talking about. But the truth is sometimes I don't have time when the game comes out. Like I got to wait to find pockets of time to be able to sit through and play through it. So this game is hot. We all know Star Wars is hot, but let's check out this gameplay because to me, I think there's some nuances in gameplay that I'm hoping they fix. Because for me, a game like this, which is a little God of War-esque, it's got to be a little bit more than God of War. It's got to be better, if not equal to, in terms of like the way they tell the story, or the complexity of the combo system, or how deep the gameplay is, if you will. Otherwise, it's just a button masher. It's just a modern day beat 'em up. So let's do that. And you can share your thoughts too, Luda. I know you don't play many games, but the idea is, oh, that looks good. I think I will get that. Or not. I think today, this is not just for the gamers, but also the game marketers, the game creators, that, hey, if you get someone who's a non-gamer and a gamer excited to go get your game, that means something.
That's true. Then it has to be pretty good at relaying like the games, the actions.
That's right. It's got to relay something that gets us excited.
Yeah.
By the way, if you want some cool commentary, check out my podcast.
Mm-hmm. And if you want some hotness, check out my fantasy show on my OnlyFans.
I like that he dispatched them instantly because these guys were always the most stupid of enemies. Completely useless in a battle. I don't care if you have a million droids, they're just useless.
Don't they?
I tried to build my own droid once. Fascinating. And how did that go?
I do like the idea of a sidekick little buddy that just hangs on you. Mm-hmm. I've always thought like that was a very clever mechanic that they added to this. It's not just like a little gadget. He does have a personality to him. No?
They are hit.
Where did this enemy came from?
Ooh, ow. Jedi ain't gonna take that.
Nice move.
I love the lightsaber effects. Although, that being said, it's definitely been toned down. You know what I'm saying? It's a lightsaber. That thing would have been cut to 50,000 pieces by now. Served up as sashimi.
They're no joke.
Eee!
Let me go. We won't prospect in the gorge again.
You hear that?
No. Do it. Call it in. Another one down. Raven. I'll be a pit.
Good job, Cal. I do love how there's so many ways that looks like you can dispatch enemies.
Do you think I can do that, BD?
That was clever. Rather than having instructions pop up, which is usually the case, they just let you see how the creatures that are part of the environment hop back and forth. It made you go, that's what
how
I
I
gotta
made-
do. That very clever design right there. Nothing to do with Star Wars. I really appreciate clever design.
And that means you're gonna hop too? Like,
Yes, that's exactly what it means. That you now need to hop like that. I guess they still got to trick you to think that something's loading. Although that was very quick loading, actually. The power of the lightsaber, I have to admit, it do a good job of making you think that it actually is a really powerful weapon. The fact that you can kill it instantly in certain situations does it right. Otherwise, it's like, that's not a lightsaber. This is a cool effect. Like a time slow, time freeze thing.
yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Wow.
All right, for a Jedi, he's not very pacifist. I will say this. What is the code for a Jedi? It's okay to kill as long as they get in your way?
Oh no, and those look like a baby dinosaur.
I know. Maybe they're just hungry for a little bit of dino teat. And that... gone.
Gotta unlock this.
I'll take care of it. Oh.
Always on point.
Would it be nice in real life that you could just walk around and go, look, hey, a chest, and open up and find free stuff? Like,
in real
a
life.
free jacket. I've always wanted this. Except that in real life, they just call that stealing. I mean, I will say this about the visuals. It's beautiful, right? And I think they capture the tone of it well. But you look at this and you compare it to God of War, something about this still feels short of God of War level visuals. And I don't know if it's enough to make me go like, it's not worth getting. It still always comes down to gameplay. But I don't know. I do feel now the bar for visuals is higher for me, that I do want to be a little bit wowed now when I see things. The way you do animation, the way you do lighting, character mode, like just everything now, it matters now. This engine feels just slightly outdated, I think. Nice. So what do you think? Is that something you would ever want to play?
I love like how you can use the lightsaber in so many different ways.
I get it. They're weird things. I'd like to know what's in them too. But we don't have that kind of time or resource. So no. And please stop asking.
I feel like I can definitely play this game. It's very straightforward. You know, you have a mission to do.
It is pretty linear. Yeah, this is not a
Right.
kind of game where, and I've seen
God
it
of War
play.
is more complex than it looks complex to me.
It's a
than
little
this
bit
one.
more now. There's a lot more puzzle solving kind of complexity, but it's still ultimately very linear, meaning like you really can't get stuck or get lost in the world. I think that's one reason why like RPGs eventually just confound you, right? Because like it's open world, you can go anywhere, do whatever. You're like, oh, what do I do next? I'm so lost. You won't get lost in a game like this. But I think the problem is, it's not a problem for me. I like it, but I think for a much more Padawan level gamer versus a Jedi like me, like for you, I think the problem is that there's no easy mode where you could just button mash and play. Like more and more games are kind of moving towards this like Dark Souls kind of gameplay where you have to master the combos really well to pull it off. So like, you're seeing all those.
I know, that's why I'm like I was
doing all those
watching
things.
all the
Boom, boom,
combos.
and then
Like
you're
that's
I'm
awesome.
like, you know, and then but you have to master the combos to pull them off.
Right.
And can you do it in a way where you're not going to get killed? I don't know. So I do think, you know, if you can design it, like if developers design a game where you can do just button mashing, like Street Fighter, it feels like Street Fighter was always the pinnacle of fighting games for me, because if you master the combos and like you're awesome, but if you just button mash, it still feels like it's fun. You know, I think someone needs to create a scenario where you could just press one button and you could go through a series of different things. You know, it may not have the complexity, but it still feels like someone new can get into a game like this. Otherwise, it could just be a little bit hard, I think. For me, like, I think if this was, and there was a game based on, I'm going to say The Mandalorian, but like Boba Fett, that bounty hunter, if they made a game about that again, I would go get that, because I think there's lore there that would have been much more interesting than this sort of perspective, which feels like it's just a retread of Jedi storytelling to me. So that's just where I'm at. But I would definitely get it once it's on sale. Game Pass, maybe.
Just wait.
Yeah, just wait, right? You know
you.
what I'm saying? I think that's where I'm at right now.